posaconazole drug treatment. So what are the diet restrictions we need to follow? As I told you, first hyperglycemia because of the COVID situation, especially, and even though many of the patients who doesn't on corticosteroids and all that, they will have hyperglycemia. And as you know, the fungi feeds on the sugar levels of the patient. And in some of the patients also who are not diabetic, they will get infected with the mucormycosis because of the corticosteroids and or unhygienic situations. So the main thing is you have to maintain the optimum sugar levels. For this, as I have seen here, so oral tablets will not be much of use. So we are using much of the insulin to control the sugar levels because in COVID situation, as we are giving high amounts of steroids, the usual sugar levels of the patient used to be above 300. So for that, we used to give insulin only, not on the tablets. And afterwards, the common situation is when we have started, especially in COVID situation, when we have started with steroid treatment, many of the patients who are not diabetic has become diabetic, de novo diabetic, and the patients are not ready to accept that they have become diabetic. So that's why they used to not follow the diabetic diet. So we have to educate the patient about the situation, and even though they are not diabetic, because of the steroids, the sugar levels will be high. So we have to convince the patient that they should take the diabetic at least until the end of the treatment. And so that's why we have to both educate the non-diabetic and diabetic. So we have to mainly tell them that you have to avoid refined carbohydrates. And as I told you, diabetic ketoacidosis especially leads to free iron and multiplication of the fungi. So decay is the most common cause for the mucormycosis. That's why we have to educate the COVID-19 patients, especially that they have to check the sugar levels and they have to follow a strict diabetic diet. So as I told you, once infected with the mucormycosis, we have to follow the high calorie and high protein diet. So as usual, calories will be 30 to 35 kilocalories per kg body weight, and protein depends upon the malnutrition of the patient. We can go up to 2 grams per kg body weight. And some of the studies, especially when we are giving, as I told you, posaconazole as the drug for the treatment, and some of the studies shows that high fat diet will moderately increase. Some of the studies say it moderately increase. Some of the studies says it increases a lot. But the drug effect of the drug will be high if the patient were given a high fat diet. But as a dietitian, I can say that because some patients may not have any previous situations like high cholesterol and all that, for that patient maybe we can go for the high fat diet. But already patients who are having cardiac problems and high lipids, then maybe we can go for the moderate fat diet instead of high fat diet. And the patients who are suffering from this disease may have gingivitis problem, and if it is the gingivitis will be severe, it may also cause jaw necrosis especially. So we have to supplement patient with vitamin B and vitamin C. And as you know that patients as you know that vitamin D is a strong antioxidant at the same time immunobooster. So we have to supply the patient with vitamin D also, because long-standing patients, especially in hospital stay, and because of the in a lockdown situation, mostly people are always in the home itself. So I have seen lot of patients, even normal patients, are having vitamin D deficiency. So it's good that we have to supplement them vitamin D. So right now I'm talking about the challenges. They are just instructions we have to follow: high calorie and high protein diet, high fat diet. But what actually happens to the right down to the patient when it comes to the patient, because of the nasal congestion and because of the swelling of the part of the face or eye, most common problem is they're unable to chew or swallow. So mostly patients will be on soft diet or either liquid diet. So I have seen patients mostly on soft diet, not on liquid diet, but I have seen most of the patients who are unable to achieve this normal diet, especially roti and all. So they used to always prefer soft diet. So from the soft diet also, they used to have very little amount of food. So we have to supplement them along with the high protein supplements. We can have wide range of high protein supplements where bioavailability is very high. So we can choose that. And as I told you, another challenge is when amphotericin B is giving, as you can see, that many patients will have kidney problems. See, extensive kidney damage will not occur usually, but some side effects I have seen, like hypokalemia, hypomagnesemia, and even in severe cases, they used to have nausea and vomitings also. So with all these situations, we have to provide some soft diet, some blend diet, and sometimes they used to not able to take normal spicy also. So we used to provide blind diet also, with always accompanied with the supplement, protein supplement we used to do. So, and some other patients, as you have seen, mucormycosis, especially patients above 60 years, even 50 above also, they used to have, along with the, if they're still on COVID situation, they used to have main problem is hypoxia. And because of that, they used to have always NIV mask on them. So because of that, also the intake is to be very low. So obviously, in those situations, we used to go for the enteral nutrition. So as you know, everyone knows enteral nutrition and all that, and its uses. So what I'm saying is, when considering the supplements, you have to consider which contains immune enhancing proteins like glutamine and chain amino acids, which will detoxify the ammonia to glutamine. And you can also select a supplement where protein isolate is there, because the digestion and absorption will be more, and the amount of protein will be more, because in some of the situations, as I said, mucormycosis may cause some kidney damage. So volume control will be there, and sometimes fluid overload is there, especially when the lungs have edema or pleural effusion. So in those situations, volume control used to be there. So in that small amount of volume, we have to maximize our calories and protein. So it's better to give whey protein isolate, or a mix of standard supplement along with the high protein supplement, which I used to follow here. So we used to generally give 9 feeds. So out of the 9 feeds, I used to give the standard supplement of 5 feeds, and high protein supplement 3 to 4 times. And you can also go for continuous feeds instead of bolus feeds, especially when the patient is having loose stools and vomitings and volume control or aspiration is high. And semi-elemental feeds also you can try. It is for the better absorption, especially when the patient, after getting debridement or surgical removal of the part, so for 1 or 2 days, they will not be able to eat anything. Even if the patient is on oral diet, you can also supplement along with the semi-elemental or high protein diet. Thank you. So I thought I have rushed it. I'm sorry.
No, no.
You can stop screen sharing and you can on your video,
Yeah,
Bhagani.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is quite very precise and to the point that you have presented, and it's a totally a
Start my
new
video
thing.
now.
Yeah, you can start. You
Your
can,
video.
yeah,
Yeah,
that we are not able to see you.
See you. Yeah.
yeah. 1 minute, ma'am. Yeah.
So very crisp presentation and very precise and to the point you have done. And of course, we missed the first part,
Yes, ma'am.
seeing it,
Thank
but
you.
we heard it nicely. You did a very good job for us to understand it very clearly.
Thank you,
Uh,
ma'am.
so, how many patients did you see? I mean, during this post COVID? I mean, now mucormycosis has gained a lot of importance in the sense more cases are there now than in the first
Yeah,
phase.
yeah, right, ma'am.
Hmm. So how
So
many
actually,
cases
we have
you?
seen, I have seen nearly 15, ma'am. Not more than that, but 15. So as
Hmm.
I told you, the most common symptom I've seen is eye swelling,
Okay.
which is rhinoceros. rhino-optical, we can say, na. So
Okay.
eye swelling, and many of them has a problem is a chewing problem, ma'am. So they
Okay.
used to not able to chew. So they used to chew from one side, or they used to take soft diet only.
Hmm. Okay. So, and how long did take to get to normalcy for a not severe
Uh,
cases, but
yeah, ma'am.
moderate cases?
Moderate cases, minimum of 1 week, ma'am. Like
Okay.
1 week to 10 days they take. But
Hmm.
hardly one or two cases where they have hospitalized even for 1 month because of, as I told you, hypoxia.
Hmm.
So one patient has literally gone into hypoxia. Then we have given enteral nutrition also. And then when her hypoxia state, because of course her age was 56 years,
Okay.
so after 15 days staying in the enteral nutrition, again she came back to normal. And afterwards, we have given obviously protein supplements and all. And then she discharged happily. Actually, that was a long-standing case, only one case. But
Hmm.
other than that, usually they used to get better within 10 to 12 days. But the most challenging is, as I told you, hyperglycemia, ma'am.
Hyperglycemia.
Hyperglycemia, because yeah,
Controlling
hyperglycemia we
hyperglycemia.
have seen.
Hmm.
Yeah, controlling sugars, that was.
All of them are post-COVID only, basically.
Yes, ma'am. All of them are post-COVID. Only one patient is not diabetic but got mucormycosis.
Hmm. Hmm.
Remaining all, they're diabetic itself.
Okay. Otherwise diabetic, but not because of post-COVID. It is not post-COVID high sugar
Yeah,
level.
only because of post-COVID, especially one patient is there.
Okay. Okay.
Only one patient. Out of this 10 to 15 patients, only one patient I have seen who is not a diabetic, but because of this COVID situation, he got into mucormycosis.
And when the necrosis surgery happens, how long it will take for them to become normal, at least to get back to uh, normal growth of that area?
Within 3 4 days, ma'am, actually, because I have seen
Hmm.
within 2 3 days they have removed the bandages and all, but
Okay.
the growth was normal. But the only
Okay.
thing is they're afraid to try the normal diet and all, because they used
Okay.
to always have the soft diet, saying that they don't want to
Hmm.
take the risk. They
Hmm.
don't want to chew hardly. That's what I have seen.
What kind of symptoms will have for if it is mucormycosis? It gets affected. I mean, it goes into the GI tract. Then, what are the
Hmm.
general? Because it's not visible like in eyes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Any
So,
particular
GI tract,
symptoms?
as I've studied, because I have not seen, yeah, I have not seen, but I have studied because of this presentation.
Hmm.
It's mostly weight loss and severe nausea and vomitings and loose stools, ma'am.
Those tools.
So that's why
Okay.
actually when I have reviewing the articles and all,
Hmm.
so mucormycosis is actually very hard to find out, because the
Identify.
symptoms will be common to another this one. So
Hmm.
that's why we have to go for the culture test and at the same time biopsy test also, because it's
I
very
see.
hard. So because the
Hmm.
symptoms will overlap with other diseases as well.
Okay. So it doesn't come as a single disease because it is an opportunistic disease. So overlap will be there
Yeah,
definitely.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about their appetite?
Appetite, once usually after the surgery, I have seen the appetite will be fine, ma'am.
Hmm.
Other than that, as I told you, some age-old patients, other than that, if the person is above that, 30 to 40 or 45, their appetite was normal. Within
Hmm.
1 or 2 days, they used to able to take normal food.
Hmm. Okay. So any questions in from Facebook?
We are waiting for the questions, doctor. As of
Hmm.
now, no major questions.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this session was so crisp and informative.
I want
Thank
to
you.
talk to Kalyani.
Yeah, Shika is here.
Yeah.
Hi, Kalyani. Do you
Hi.
remember me? शिखा
दीदी कैसे हैं आप?
मुझे देखने से हिंदी शुरू
दीदी
हो गई।
आपको कौन भूल सकता है दीदी? एक मिनट 12 साल हो गए ना दीदी?
हाँ
Oh my God.
2007
शी
से
इज माई
हम लोग
सीनियर इन कर्नाटका मैम.
Oh,
She is my
wow.
Okay.
senior in Karnataka and she is an excellent dancer.
Wow.
And when I was in Karnataka, she's the one to, who consoled me not to be scared, just be brave and do whatever you want to do. So I
Nice.
never forget you, Didi.
तुम्हारा शो है, तुम्हारा काम करो। आई एम वेरी ग्लैड टू सी, जब मैम ने बताया आई वाज सो सरप्राइज, दुनिया गोल ही नहीं छोटी सी भी है, राइट? हम कहाँ से हम लोग सो हैप्पी टू सी यू यार कल्याणी। जस्ट सेंड मी योर
Thank you.
जस्ट सेंड मी योर फोन नंबर।
Um,
And I think you can
कैसे
give
दीदी?
here in the, you
Well,
can
I'll help
give
you.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
है ना?
can-
I'll take from ma'am and congratulations
Yeah,
कल्याणी।
जानकी मैम से ले लीजिए. Thank you, Didi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Best luck for your future. Happy to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Shika? Uh, what are you doing? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
ma'am. I was with VLCC in Pune earlier. I was mostly in fitness center only. I was in VLCC as a manager. Then after marriage, I am in Vadodara, ma'am. So I am here with connected with few fitness center doing freelancing as well as consultation, online, offline, everything.
Great. Good to know. And good that this platform is bringing people together as well.
Actually, thanks to you, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, really thanks. After 12 years, I've met my senior. Thank you so much.
So sweet of you, Kalyani.
Really nice. Nice feeling this is. So regarding high fat diet,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
which kind of fat you have given? I mean, can you just
Actually, as I told you, ma'am, the appetite used to be low. So what we have done is we used to supplement the patient with ghee, ma'am. Ghee
Okay.
only. Like morning 1 spoon and evening 1 spoon, we used to give ghee. So
Okay.
even 1 spoon or 2 spoons, how much amount they want to take. So we used to supply that much.
Okay. Okay. So most of the energy is met by that, and
Yeah.
and it also improved the medication part also by giving the high fat.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
And regarding arginine and glutamine,
Yes, ma'am.
used to supplement or used to find these amino acid rich foods and then supplement?
No,
Or
ma'am.
how was
Because
it?
as I told you, their intake used to be low. So we used to give only supplements will be used to be there, no, ma'am. Like Cabimune supplements. That sachet used to be there. So glutamine sachets. So those we used to supply, ma'am.
Okay.
So it's actually a 6-day dose. So I used to supplement for 6 days, ma'am.
Okay.
And again, there will be contraindicatory if the patient is suffering from kidney problems, especially if you want to give glutamine sachets. So for the patients who are not suffering with any kidney problems, then we used to supplement that patient with glutamine sachets, ma'am.
Okay.
And vitamin D, Uprise D3 they used to give. And vitamin B12 also they used to give, ma'am. I mean, especially if the patient is vitamin B12 is less, then they used to supply. Otherwise, usually vitamin C they used to supply, ma'am.
Okay.
Vitamin C and D they used to supply as a part of medications itself, and glutamine sachets I used to supply for 6 days for them.
Okay. Okay. So that's a standard supplement.
Yeah, that's a standard protocol, ma'am, which we have followed in COVID situations also. Not only in mucormycosis, ma'am. In COVID, vitamin C were not given, but vitamin D was given to the patient.
Okay. So why vitamin C is not given? It's much talked about in COVID patients, no?
Yeah, but doctor said, B vitamins and vitamin D were enough.
Okay.
They said like that.
Okay.
Even I spoke to them, but they said vitamin D and vitamin Bees were enough for them.
Okay. And how you used to tackle if the patients on enteral feed, if they had loose stools, which is quite common generally. So how do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
tackle? How do you used to tackle them?
As I told you, sometimes I used to change the supplement,
Hmm.
and sometimes I used to reduce the volume also. But
Okay.
you can't reduce the volume, especially when they're having loose stools, because again
Hmm.
dehydration might happen.
Hmm.
So I used to change the supplement, or sometimes I used to reduce the volume by just by 50 ml. We used to
Okay.
see, like
Okay.
usually we used to supply the patient 200 ml per second hour.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
here continuous feed were not possible, ma'am. We used
Hmm.
to give the bolus feeds itself.
Okay.
So I used to sometimes, said to the sisters that, not to give on second hourly basis, at least give on hourly basis.
Hmm.
And sometimes I used to do even semi-elemental feeds.
I see.
Okay.
So that will be for better absorption, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Especially if the patient has the loose stools.
Yeah. But loose stools were not common, ma'am, actually. Even in
Hmm.
the even in
Enteral.
COVID situations, patients with loose stools were less, actually.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But
Only the
generally,
pro
yeah.
Yeah, as I told you, loose stools were less, and even the only thing which we have faced is because of the kidney situations or any pleural effusion, we used to cut down the volume. That was the only challenge we faced.
Hmm.
Other than that, aspiration cases were also very less.
I see.
Actually, the absorption rate is very high. Only thing is because of the COVID, hypoxia and the patient not able to get out of that oxygen mask.
Hmm.
That is
I
the
see.
only challenge we faced
Hmm.
actually.
Hmm. Hmm. And how was the weight loss? How long the patient used to be in the hospital, and were there any weight changes during that time?
No, ma'am, not much.
Okay. Hmm.
Only one patient was there where I have seen the severe case, but obviously he got out.
Hmm.
He even went into the ventilator, and afterwards he even got out. We used to
Hmm.
supply nearly daily 2,000 calories.
Hmm.
2000 to 2200 calories also I have supplied for the patient.
Okay.
Obviously, so he got out of the ventilator, he weaned off from the enteral feeding also. But
Hmm.
because of he's a long standing patient which I have seen, and obviously in that patient I have seen weight changes. He has
Oh,
lost nearly 7 kgs of weight within
okay.
20 days of ventilator and ventilation cases. That was the only scene where I have seen the weight changes, ma'am. Other patients, no.
Not okay. Okay.
Even though he was on 2000 kilocalorie diet.
Yeah, even though
Oh,
he was on 2000 kilocalorie diet.
wow. Okay.
But it was a miracle that the patient has actually came out and wean off the, enteral nutrition, and he actually started to take the soft diet. So
Okay.
Great.
even we felt very happy for that patient actually.
Amazing.
Yeah. The patient also will be in catabolic state, no?
Stay.
So there's every chance
Yes,
of
ma'am.
losing weight
Yeah,
and
because of the
other risk.
ventilation and all that.
Hmm.
Right.
So I think we almost covered
Yes.
everything. Any
Yes.
questions?
Mm, no questions from audience as
And
of yeah.
how is the situation now in the hospital now? You are going daily to the hospital, right? I think you are in hospital only now, right now.
Yeah, I'm in the hospital itself, ma'am. Right
So,
now, patients are very less
hmm,
actually,
hmm. So,
because hardly we are getting any hardly patients, ma'am.
hmm,
Especially with COVID right now.
Okay.
So even because of because right now is the season for dengue.
hmm.
So, but the persons, the general public is aware, and they are following all the hygienic, and they're much more alert. So even the
Hmm.
dengue cases were also very low.
Yeah,
Oh,
other cases because of the
So
sanitization
yeah,
practice,
yeah,
etc. So
yeah.
many other
So
things have come
hardly
down.
even the dengue cases also hardly we are getting one or two per week. That's it.
Hmm.
okay.
Even some people actually complained that, actually told that their cold, frequent occurrence of cold also has come down, cold cough,
Yeah,
because of
obviously,
sanitization and
because
cleanliness.
yeah, sanitization, cleanliness, and especially regarding health.
Taking good diet also, people are
Yeah,
now much
taking good
aware
diet,
of
ma'am,
diet.
actually, especially.
Yeah, good
Hmm.
diet, and
Because
even
as
taking.
I've seen, many were focused on this immunoboosting foods. Right now,
Mm,
everyone is adding, because I've seen OP patients
mm,
also. So
mm.
they're also, they're also asking, I'm
Mm.
adding ginger, I'm adding turmeric, I'm drinking green tea. Is that okay? Actually, they're overdoing it. Then
Yeah.
I told, even
Mm,
overdoing is not good. So, let's down a little bit,
mm.
come down a little bit, because
I know.
most of the patients see green tea and also is also fine, ma'am, but especially some patients, some people, I'm sorry, some people, they're drinking that ginger, or they're adding all the
Kashayam.
spices, and they're
Mm.
making kashayam, and they're drinking on empty stomach for long ways. So I
Yes.
said, if that continues, so definitely acidity will be the problem, next problem.
Acidity
True.
will be a
So I
problem,
said,
and it might cause some kind of scarring also,
Yeah.
probably in the system
yeah.
inside.
Yeah, that's what I told. So they said, no, no, there are also, they are all immune boosting. Then I said, immune boosting, you have to include in the food. I said, our Indian diet is very much, sophisticated right from the ancient times. They have given us turmeric in the food. We used to add turmeric in the food, that's more than enough.
True.
Because the Americans won't add turmeric in the food, then they are saying, no, no, you have to include the turmeric.
Yeah.
But
True.
actually, what we are doing, we are definitely we are adding all the spices in our food.
Yes.
We'll add ginger, we will add garlic in seasoning, we'll add turmeric in each and every dish which we cook. So
The,
there is no need to take, especially. Only until unless you are feeling cold and cough, at the time, yes, take some spices in the form of kashayam, then you will get relief of the symptoms.
relief. It is a relief measurement. It is not a cure, but it is definitely,
Yeah, it
first
is a
thing
relief
is a relief
measurement. That's what I
measurement.
said. Yeah.
And also our
So,
system, our kind of diet is definitely quite good. Like all other Oriental diets, Indian diets are
yeah, because we are obviously. So
we
if you
have
plate the,
chutneys. Yeah.
yeah, that's what, ma'am. If you plate the Indian plate, because while we are, while I was studying, so once we done a well-balanced diet. So in that actually, we have included all the things,
Hmm.
like which rice carbohydrates, protein is dal, and we are adding rasam because we will add some spices which is better for digestion, and which we will add curd which is a probiotic and good for digestion also. So right now what we need is right in the plate itself. Only thing is we have to eat in the specified amounts.
Yes, specified amounts and
Specified
specified
amounts
time.
and specified time. That's what we have to do. But obviously, because of the, right now situation, jobs, everyone is eating just, one curry with more of rice.
Hmm.
Obviously, they're not getting the nutrition. Instead, they're just getting only carbohydrates. But if you follow the Indian traditional plate, that will be very good actually.
And you can eat everything, and you can taste everything. You can enjoy the food, and you can also
Yeah,
limit the food with that.
limit the food.
Okay.
Great.
Samatha is asking, ma'am, what is semi-elemental diet?
Semi-elemental actually is a pre-digested formula, ma'am. If you see the standard supplement and semi-elemental, standard supplement is for the gut, ma'am. When we see the proteins in the standard formula is like protein itself, but in the semi-elemental, it's a pre-digested formula, which is where the protein is in the form of peptide. So it is readily absorbable in the gut or the intestine. It is readily absorbable in the intestine. So that's why it is called a semi-elemental diet. So semi-elemental diet mostly we used to give in jejunostomy feeds or after the surgery, immediately after the surgery, if the patient is having a major surgery, where he will be unable to digest the standard formulas or normal food, then we used to give the semi-elemental diet for better absorption and total absorption actually.
Yeah.
The protein is in peptide formula, ma'am. That
Peptide
is the
form.
semi-elemental diet.
Right. Yeah. She's also asking, please tell on something on immunity boosting drink. I think we have been
Immunity.
discussing. This is
Yeah.
what.
Immunity boosting drink. Actually, as I told you, vitamin D and vitamin C and zinc. These three are immunity boosting things, ma'am. Actually, the fruits and vegetables which we take is the most immunity boosting ones, because in the fruits you can get B vitamins, at the same time C vitamins and immunity boosters also there. And if you want a particular vitamin D, as I told you, and vitamin C you get in the juicy fruits. And for the drink, you need to take the dry fruits actually. If you want to take a drink, then better take a orange juice. You will get immunity boosting, at the same time you will get vitamin C.
And
Vitamin
adds
D, as I
variety.
told you, it won't be available in food, ma'am. The major source is the sunlight actually.
Yeah. So no major questions, doctor.
Okay, ma'am.
So I think we can.
So yeah,
Yes, doctor.
we can close the session now.
Yeah.
It is quite interesting and quite helpful. And the people have a lot of misconception on mucormycosis. So you have cleared it very well, and you told us how well we can recover from it. That is also very important. One last question I wanted to ask is, since it is an airborne disease, are there any areas where this is more predominant? These particular areas, this particular
That I don't
fungi
know,
will be
ma'am.
the okay.
Yeah, that I don't know, but unhygienic situations, that's what I heard.
Okay.
So, a particular area, I don't know that one.
Okay. Okay. So unhygienic situations we have to avoid. Of course, now
Yeah.
sanitization has become more and more important. So even if
Mm.
not only personal sanitization, uh, but environmental as well. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you so much, Kalyani, for sparing time and giving us very valuable information. And we look forward for some more from you in the future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Kalyani. Thank you, Kalyani, for being on Tea Talks
Yeah,
and
thank you.
giving us such a great information. See you soon again on Tea Talks. Bye,
Sure,
everyone.
definitely. As I told you, actually, I've presented my paper, no, ma'am, effect of lutein. So
Yes.
actually, even yeah, presented my paper in Coimbatore in 2009, actually. So even I wanted to share that information along with you.
Sure,
So
sure,
I will make a PPT and I will let you know, ma'am, again,
sure.
because that's the
So
research
you
I have done. So
yes, journal reading can be made
Yes.
with the Kalyani for the next time it is falling,
yeah,
Yeah.
because it must have got published in the um, souvenir of that particular conference, I think.
yeah,
Whatever,
yes, ma'am.
but yeah, it will be published in the souvenir, so we can actually present that as a research journal.
Sure.
Sure, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all. See
Thank
you next
you.
Tuesday, same time, same place. Bye for today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.